So when we look at the AI journey in terms of personalization and audience engagement, we're at the beginning of what we think is going to be an exciting journey. And when we initially launched Copilot in 2023, we included advertising in the experience, and we were excited to take a leadership position in doing so. And when we launched ads as part of the conversation, there was a personalized element to it. So you're having a conversation, we're picking up on some commercial intent in that conversation. We would surface an ad, and we've learned a lot from that initial ad experience where by having that ad in the conversational context versus a more traditional search context, we saw higher engagement, so higher click-through rate, higher conversion rate. And what we were really pleasantly surprised to see was that it was an accelerant to consumer journeys. So consumer journeys actually reduced by 30% when Copilot was part of that conversation. And the relevance and the personalization and connection to that conversation is a big component and reason behind that.
How does it help advertisers do their jobs better?
So, going back to the consumer journey element, if you're an advertiser, you're looking for that ultimate experience where it's personal, it's relevant, and it's additive to the consumer experience and the consumer journey. And with the new Copilot that we just launched, the consumer experience really has made a step change jump. So when we just launched this new consumer Copilot last week, it is faster, has a cleaner UX, but it's also more personal, and it's injected more EQ. So, there's more turns with the conversation, right? So I think typically, and I think even still a little bit today, when you're using an AI chatbot, you're still generally going in and kind of solving a problem. You're going in, you're usually a few different turns, you're getting the information that you need, kind of similar to search, and then you're coming back out. With this new version of Copilot that we launched, it's stickier. And you're having, and I would highly encourage people to download it, and even just through my own personal experiences as a consumer, I'm finding myself getting pulled in, and I'm having conversations that are 10 turns, 15 turns, 20, and it builds up quickly. And when you're having a real personal conversation with a Copilot, someone that's helping you to do things, but also, someone that's really having more of a connection to you and to your experiences, where does advertising really fit in? And I think what's exciting is that it's really creating a new conversational, creative advertising canvas, for a brand to be super relevant and provide added value to a consumer. So, we've done a lot of thinking about where do ads fit in to this new conversational marketing context. And we've launched some updates to our ads experience, which I think are just the start of where we see advertising going on this new canvas. So the new Copilot ads that we're flighting this month, have more of a separation from the conversation, and they're also including something called ad voice. So not just including an ad at the bottom of the conversation, but really, having a voice and a way to communicate and copy that's introducing why those ads are there. Right, so kind of a soft handoff. Like, if you have a trusted AI companion, you don't want that trusted AI companion selling you ads, right? But if that trusted AI companion can have a soft handoff and introduce you to something that is very complementary or additive to your conversation or additive to your needs, that's where I think that real value comes in for the consumer.
What's next for Gen AI, and how will it transform the marketplace?
So I think, going back to that conversational canvas, I think that's where we see Gen AI going from a consumer standpoint and where advertisers can intersect. So, think about ways that your brands can add value, to that, consumer experience. So a couple of examples that with ad voice. So, hey, if you're planning to come to advertising week, and you want headphones for your flight, new headphones for your flight, you might have a conversation with Copilot and get a list of organic results. Ad voice then can introduce you to a broader set of results, and maybe some new options that are additive to that experience or additive to the organic experience. Similarly, if you're looking for restaurants, Copilot could introduce you to a booking agent, right? That could help you then to book, the restaurants that you're looking for. So again, additive to that conversation, I think where we see ads going, I think there's two areas. One is more brand immersive experiences. So when we're talking about the accelerating the consumer journey, so hey, having a conversation, but to really bring a brand's assets to life in kind of a brand showcase like experience. So I think that's one area that where we see things going. And then the other is this agentic future. So we do see a future where brands will have their own copilot, and their copilots will have the ability to have a conversation. If you allow it, if you want your personal copilot to act on your behalf, to engage with a brand copilot. So I like playing tennis. If I'm looking for tennis, new tennis sneakers, I could ask my personal copilot to have a conversation with a Nike copilot, as an example, based on my preferences, my core preferences, the style of shoes that I like, and I could give that copilot permission then to have that interaction. So that's where we see the future going, is this more of a agentic experience where there'll be a copilot to copilot type of a conversation.